Police in Ontario are making new efforts to solve a case that's had them baffled for 20 years. It concerns 4 seniors who went missing in the Muskoka region. Their bodies have never been found.
I can attest that this investigation into the disappearance of these 4 seniors has been exhaustive and that the file has never been closed. We have utilized significant OPP human resources and specialty services over the years that I cannot name in order to protect the integrity of this investigation. I want to be very clear, the OPP is treating this as a homicide investigation.
Now, this case has had a lot of coverage over the years, including by the Fifth Estate on CBC. And Timothy Sawa worked on that episode. He's here in studio now. So we heard this press conference today, Timothy. Did you hear anything new from it?
Well, first and foremost, what's new is the police are talking. So this is the first time in 20 years they've done this. They have not said they've said almost nothing over 20 years. When we were working on the story, we were asking them for an interview and information, and they had no interest in talking to us. So this is something new for them. I don't exactly know why. And what they did is essentially lay out the case as we did in our story, but there was something new that they said today that surprised me. And we have a clip, actually, that's going to talk about this.
I can confirm during the operation of these homes, 16 persons died, with 12 being reported to the authorities. The 4 remaining deaths that were not reported are the 4 missing individuals that we are seeking information on today.
So he's talking about the family that owned these care homes where these seniors were living at the time when they went missing. And we now know 16 seniors, including the 4 that we're talking about today, died while they were in those care homes. That's new. We'd never heard that until today. And as of yet, we don't know the circumstances, but the police are obviously interested.
Okay, something more for you to investigate, I suppose. What did the investigation by the Fifth Estate reveal?
Well, we were focused actually on what the police theory was because it hadn't been disclosed up until our story. And so what we did is we went to court and asked for them to release the search warrants that the police had put together, which is essentially a roadmap of their investigation to date. And we were successful. So we had hundreds of pages of search warrants released. And we found 3 important things in the search warrants. We found, number 1, that the cat lady, she's known as the cat lady, her name is Joan Lawrence, one of the victims in the case, was concerned that some of her money had been stolen right around her disappearance. And she'd told people in the community she was going to confront the Lands about her stolen money, and that was the last anyone ever saw of her. Number 2, we learned that one of the Land brothers, David Land, had access to her bank account, Joan Lawrence's bank account, and that he was the last person to draw money from her bank account. And finally, they laid out who their suspect was, and it was David Land. They believed he was the one who committed the murder, along with his uncle Ron Allen.
Wow, okay, so what comes next in this case, do you think?
Well, I think the big question right now is these 16 people who died. We know some about the first 4, but what about the other 12? What were the circumstances? How did they die? What were the reasons for their death? And they say over and over again in the press conference that the family who owned these homes haven't cooperated with the police, and I'm guessing that's where a lot of the answers lie. And we'll have to see if the police can find out, or I imagine we'll do some digging as well.
I can imagine you will. Okay, thanks so much for this, Timothy.
You're welcome.
That's Timothy Sawa. He's a producer with the Fifth Estate.